technical difficulties out here going wild.
Yeah, we apologize for that. We're using the Wi-Fi in the dorm right now.
Oh
All
yeah.
right, we really don't have like the best Wi-Fi for streaming.
And
Hey,
then David's PC is not connected to Ethernet, so it's literally running on
We're running on
thin
Wi-Fi
air
right
right
now.
now.
We're running on Wi-Fi
Yeah.
6.
better from where I'm at.
Dude.
There.
Yeah. So our apologies. I don't know what just happened, but so back to Cade. Cade or go back to Crosby because he
All right, y'all know a little bit about Crosby. Dude, super athletic, but he's very, very down on you either working the plants or very rarely are you gonna go to college. I think there's only like a few people that I can think of that went to major universities, but yeah, majority of my friends are back home working, and all love to them. They're gonna get that bag, but at the end of the day, I decided to come to Texas Tech mainly to get out of Houston. I'm tired of the weather down there. It's
Houston.
Houston, man. It's Houston. We all clump it together. Even though Crosby's a little northeast of it.
So would you say that like small hometown mentality almost like restricts like your vision?
Yeah, I would say
He definitely did.
I'd say where I'm at is stuck in between the Baytown area and the rest of Houston. And anybody from Houston knows that it's very oil-based, chemical plant-based. So it's like you work in the plants, you do a trade, or you go to college, and it's one of the two. And I'll say I did ag my 4 years of high school, and not once was it thrown upon me that college is the route. In fact, it was the opposite. It was you don't need to go to college to make six figures. You can go work in the plants. You can go do this. You can do that. And it was just one of those. Ever since I was raised by my parents that I'm gonna go to college, and I'm gonna do better for myself in the future. It's just one of those. Yeah, being in a small town, it's forced upon you that college isn't the only option that you can work.
That's literally how it is for us. But it's for us. It's like it's like to get out of there to go to. So it's like you're not even getting out of the like small town to go to like some big to go do some big things. Like you're getting out of a small town to go to the middle of nowhere to work in the fields. I mean, like I guess like it's quick, good money, but it's just not sustainable money. Because you think about it, when you're 50, 55, and your knees are giving out, you're 65, your knees are back giving out, like you can't do that. And like I don't know, that's how everybody thinks back at home with us. They're just like, well, I'll get out of high school, I'll go to the fields, or I'll go do this, I'll go to the oil rigs, or go do this, just so that they can get a little, they can buy their little Mustang, the little 5.0, put some headers on it, and then just think they're part.
Well, I'd add on to that. I'd say the biggest part of it is I don't want to always feel like I'm surviving, like getting by. Like, yes, you can make six figures, plain and simple, like being a pipe fitter, doing whatever and stuff like that. Because I welded throughout my 4 years, and that's part of where one of my businesses I thrive with. But it's one of those. They don't tell you that a 4 year degree, as in yes, it's got a lot of money. It costs money to make money at the end of the day, but they say 4 years and you're a step ahead of the person just out of high school. The person just out of high school has got to work 15 to 20 years just to even get six figures like that, like to be the top of the chain. And
Unless
then
you want to go, unless you go to the oil fields, you have your connections or whatever, and you go and you make your little what 15 grand, your little first paycheck. Then you go and then you're off 6 months. Now you don't know. Now you have to make 15 grand last 6 months. Meanwhile, you want to go take out the big nice truck or this 5.0 Mustang, and now you got $1,000 car payment a month. That's already 6,000 off. Now you got what do you got with the other 18? 18.
that's what I'm saying. You're surviving.
Yeah.
You're day to day. You're just trying to survive, and it's the
8,000. I'm sorry, 8,000.
yeah. No, it's one of those. And there's also a flip side of that. You go to college, and you can go to a big university for the most bogus degree on the planet. Like there's people.
No. Okay, so here's the thing: does going to college guarantee like a way, like out? Like, because we gotta remember, because like you gotta like all these different degrees, right? Like they have like different dropout rates, different like starting salaries. Like you go to business, you go to STEM, compared to like arts and like teaching education. Like, does it really, like, you can't really just say like broadly overall, like, oh yeah, like 100% going to college is like a guaranteed in a way
But that's with anything. That's with
wow.
anything though. It gives you a better
It gives,
chance.
yeah, there you go. It gives you a better
You
You
chance.
get
just
a
gotta know
better
what
chance.
you're doing because if you go to college and you're just gonna like if you come to college and you're just gonna mess around every day, just not go to class or go to class once every week and like try to get people to do your work and you just want to go out. Like if you're coming to college for the environment, you're definitely not gonna get any. But also, the people who come to college for the environment are the same people that go, well, I went to college and I didn't do anything, or I got my degree, but I'm not gonna use it for anything. They're the same people that say that.
And
So
that's yeah, that's the end of the day. It's one of those. And I hate to use examples on degrees because people are gonna get mad, but it's one of those. If you go to a big, high-paying university and you're going for what liberal arts, gender studies, all
yeah,
that stuff, and you're say taking out a loan and you're forcing a loan upon yourself, you're gonna graduate with honestly, what are you gonna get? Now there is some stuff that you're lucky to get hired in, but it's not because of your degree. So you're gonna be forcing yourself to pay off a couple $100,000 loan when you make maybe like $50,000 a year, and you're just it's always one
and
of those.
it's people like that, or even like teachers. I don't get it. Like I've never understood it. Like you're gonna go to school to be a
Well, no, no, it's not even that. You can go to school to be a teacher. It's going to a huge university. So personal example.
exactly.
Yes, so personal example. Back home, senior year, or no, it was junior year of high school. We had some Crosby alumni come back, and there's this one girl that went to Baylor. Everybody knows how expensive Baylor is. I was about to say, everybody knows how expensive Baylor is. She's going for liberal arts, and she sat here and she gave us a spill of don't go to university. It's the biggest waste of money, blah blah blah. And I just wanted to raise my hand and be like, you're going to a private school. What is it like $60,000 tuition? It's ridiculous.
Well, actually,
I was gonna say we're gonna do a little research. It's a ton of money, and she's going for liberal arts. And I wanted to be like, what are you gonna do with that? Like, I'm not trying to be malicious. It's just one of those. It's the truth. What are you gonna do with your liberal arts degree? Now, I mean, if you go to community college and you're paying like $1,000 per class and stuff like that, it's whatever. But 67,
67.
more than what I'm paying right now. It's just one of those. That's ridiculous, and it's like it's different if you take out a loan and you go to law school because you're gonna be getting hopefully the big bucks when you're done.
Yeah.
So it's
Like for me, like God willing, I get into pharmacy school and everything, but it's like that. It's a risk to reward. You gotta take. You gotta get that to. Know it's people who really don't know what they're doing think all this money's coming in and things like that. Like, not it. Like this money is not trust. It's not. You gotta work for that. Um, but it's crazy out here. It really is.
Okay, so like even with what Cade just said about Baylor, so right now we're what mechanical, and pharmacy, right? So like
I'm officially a nutrition major, guys.
a
it's officially
nutrition.
now.
Okay, so back in our hometowns, community college, like these smaller colleges, right? You got UTSA, UTRGV. I don't know what community college they have. Any college,
Well, I'm a
you
plug
know.
Lee.
So, but we chose to go to tech, right? Now, I'm not saying like, oh, we're gonna tell you how to manage your money, right? Like, we're not financial advisors, right? Like, you guys do whatever you want with your money, right? The thing is, like, when you go to like these bigger schools, like, like, I feel like you should be aware of what you're getting yourself into, because I mean, like, okay, that girl, she goes to Baylor, right? She takes out the loan, whatever, right? Like, I just hope that she knows, like, yeah, you're gonna get a better experience. You have like more social life, you have like all these other options, right? You're not staying home. You're like, this is a whole new chapter in your life. You're going away from home, right? So at the same time, like, it kind of also like questions like, why did we come to tech?
Well, I would love.
It's like, yeah,
It got
because we
philosophical.
can say that we can get the same degree back home. So then,
It got
like, why are we
philosophical
here
for saying.
then?
I'd say it's for the experience, and each college holds its own reputation. Texas Tech is one of the top for mechanical engineering, as most people know, and it's one of those. Each college holds to an experience, and my thought is so. My brother went to a school that was an hour and a half away from home. It was called like a backpack school, Sam Houston. We're gonna hit that today. Sam Houston State University. he was home every weekend, and it was one of those he because he wanted to come home, and there's nothing wrong with that. But me being in my hometown, I'm tired of the small town vibe. I wanted to get out and grow up a little bit.
It's not even like we're in a big town. We're just in a populated, but it's like it's our what is it called? Like our like people like 18, 19,
Yeah,
20,
yeah.
Just college
22
students.
year old college. It's our like population. So it's but it is a different environment, different community. Like it's life on its own is fun, but we're in a different environment. It's way better. Some like just to get away from me too. I don't like small go like our thing was like we had a beach an hour and a half. It was like, oh, let's go to the beach today, guys. What can we do at the all you can do at the beach? Once you go out on the strip, the like first two times it's boring.
Yeah.
It's like, what do you do at the
Well, that's I was 45 minutes from Galveston, so it's just one of those. It's my thing is I didn't have a great high school experience, or like I don't know. I was just tired of the small town vibe, and because everyone that I seem to know from Crosby stays in Crosby, man. They stay there, and then they're gonna. I don't. I don't want to stay there. I want to make a difference. And then to add on to your point, being 9 hours away, you guys are 10 hours away. Being far away forces you to grow up. First month of being here, I was forced to grow up. I was forced to make huge decisions like right away. Talking to like talking with officers, dealing with all that stuff, dealing with the break-in, dealing with everything. I was forced to grow up. I can't just call home and
so this
have my
guy?
parents
Wait,
fix
wait,
it.
wait. Pause real quick. So Cade and his first week. It was the first week of school, or like
It was
second.
like first like month.
Yeah, it was like the first month of school. His roommate gets COVID, and so his roommate stayed in the room, and he tried to call housing like, "Can y'all help me out with something? Like, could y'all get me a hotel or something?" And they're like, "Nah, figure it out." Basically, what
Yeah,
they
pretty much.
um, so we let him crash here, and then he ended up getting a hotel. And what happens the exact next day when he gets the hotel? He wakes up and his car gets broken
I,
into.
I know, but I feel like I gotta tell the story because the story sounds pretty good. So it's just so yeah, nothing against my roommate. It was one of those. It was one of those. It was a screwed scenario. I'm not scared of COVID, but my teachers last semester, basically, you had to show up or you missed. Like you didn't know what information was going on. So I was like, had to show up. Uh, so yeah, so they luckily let me crash after I slept in the library. Not a fun time, like a weird like sleeping session there. Uh, but yeah, so I got a hotel. I parked my truck outside the highway. It was late at night. I was tired. I woke up the next morning to a phone call, and I don't. You guys can add on to this. Do you guys have you ever been in a hotel room and actually had a hotel phone ring?
Yeah, it's like one
Yeah.
of those
You've had
weird.
it ring,
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's one of those
dude.
weird.
I've never had it ring.
It's like you never use them when you go in there. Well,
No.
I mean, nobody ever uses them, but it's like you can get calls. Like I know what a call is.
Yeah, no, I've never had a hotel phone ring.
Well,
So like it started ringing, and this was at 6:30 in the morning because I had a 8 a.m. class or something, and I was like, no way. So I ignored it. I ignored it. It called again. I ignored it. I was getting ready. Next thing you know, I hear banging on the door. It's like a little kid's like messing with me. I was like, ain't no way, dude. I'm in my boxers. I stroll out. I look through the people and tell you when I thought I was gonna get swatted and arrested on the spot. I look through the people. We got homeboy sheriff with like tack vest on, freaking pistol in hand for some reason, like knocking. I open the door, and he's like, "You the owner of the Ray Dodge out front?" I'm like, "Yeah." He's like, "Well, it got broken into, so whoever the owner is, can they come out and preferably with clothes on?" I was like, "Sure." I was like, "It's already been a bad month. I'm already living in a hotel room, so I'm emotionally drained at this point." I go outside. I was one of three vehicles to get smashed into. They apparently used rocks like a shotgun spray to smash my
when you do
window.
that, your alarm doesn't go off the car.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, they could have unlocked my door and opened the door, and my alarm wouldn't have gone off. It would have been way better than homeboy climbing through my door and bleeding all over my truck. Yeah, it was another thing. Uh, but they were apparently looking for guns, so they didn't steal anything. The only thing they robbed from me was a $219 window I had to replace. But they bled all over some of my clothes. But other than that, yeah, first month was pretty interesting. But it forces you to grow up. Being out there, I couldn't call my parents and be like, "Hey, like, I need help. What do I do? Like I was forced to talk with the officer, figure out where to go, do this. I got a reference right on the spot, got my window fixed within an hour. It was just one of those. It's you grow up. You have to grow up.
It's funny because the other day we were in his. Oh no, this is like months ago. We were in his truck, and and the window that's broken. So his car has tints, and the window that's broken doesn't have tints. And I was like, "Why does this window look so clear?" And he's like, "Bro, it's the window that got broken into, bro. It doesn't have tint on it." And I just thought it was funny. But yeah, when you like when you get away from town vibes and it's definitely better. But at the same time, like great to everybody who goes to school out of state, like big schools, things like that. Just like make sure like know what you're doing. Don't be like
Like,
just
be
don't do it because
aware
you
of
have
what you're
to.
getting yourself into.
Exactly. Like even going back to our last podcast last week, if anybody watched it, we were talking about how our school would send us off, or like they would make us apply to these schools, and they would put the big picture in front of you, like we can say Baylor because there's a couple kids that right.
It's like
Um,
one or two.
yeah. So it's like, oh my God, Baylor accepted you, and they gave you like this $100,000 scholarship over 4 years, mind you. Tuition that's said 67,000
Yeah.
a year, or let's give um let's give it at its best. Let's say 67,000 a year. So mind you, that's $100,000 over 4 years. So only getting 25,000 a semester. So 67,000 minus 25,000. You got to come up with the other 20, the other 30.
Bro, they say, yeah, 120, 120. That's a lot of money, bro.
Well, yeah, like give or take, right? Because it's not
Yeah,
like
Yeah,
depending on your
we
class
really
and
don't know,
scholarship.
but that's kind of how it would. That's how the picture they would you like. This school just gave you all this amount of money, like you have to go. And mind you, like some people went to big schools, some people went to cities, but they that's kind of how they painted it out to students. And a lot of it was. I feel like we're gonna go back to it, but I'll
just
just
give it
say
like a
just
quick recap.
yeah.
But yeah, we'll go back.
My thing is, I think it's like, well, this is like the general hypothesis for like the senior class majority, like a majority of my friends, because we were all very skeptical about like the counselors and like the way they were handling everything, because literally um they took us on a trip, and the only reason I know this information is because my principal said it. I won't say their name, but he told me he spent 6,000 on a trip for us, 4 days. It was 11 students that went to Michigan.
Hey,
11 students.
yo.
Yeah. So he said he spent like 6,000 for us to go. Um, and literally they took us to the college. They took us to a couple of colleges that had we had all got accepted to, but they had gave us a lot of financial aid. They had given us it was like 120,000, I think.
Yeah.
It would have paid a lot, but it wouldn't have paid at all. And mind you, these schools, like when I would ask my counselor, like, because my whole thing was pharmacy, so I was like, does it have anything with pharmacy, anything with chemistry, like anything like that? Because at the time I was thinking chemistry major, pharmacy major, or pre-pharmacy, something with pharmacy.
Mhm.
So I was like, does it have anything to do with this, like at all? And she would just be like, I don't know. I'm gonna check on it, but I'm not too sure, but I'll check on it. She sends me an article that was like, it was like 2014. It was like some joint program they had that ended in 2016. Like they had it with another school. I was like, did you even read? But I wasn't like tripping off of it. So then when we were there in the school, I asked the count or the guide or guided tour guide. I was like, "Do you have anything with pharmacy, with chemistry major, anything like that?" It was a small school, dude. Like the whole school, the freshman, sophomore, junior, senior, probably like 100 students,
No way.
and it's a college. Yes. So it was really small, and the guy tour guide was, um, I don't think so. I'm not too sure, but I can get back on. I can email it back to you.
No. Your scoop, what was that? There you go, right there, right there. Perfect.
My bad, my bad. But yeah, that's kind of like they would kind of paint that picture for students. So it's like, oh my God, you're going to this and you're doing all this. Like it's gonna be so good for you and blah blah blah. In reality, it wasn't. It's just like it's like once you sign up for that school, it's just like we'll figure it out every now. So I mean, it kind of sucks. I guess it kind of sucks for a lot of students because a lot of students understood that they couldn't go to school because they couldn't afford it.
Hmm.
But a lot of students didn't understand that, and that's what kind of sucks. But hey, people went out. People Baylor.
Baylor, A&M, like you got like all these big schools.
But some kids were smart about it. Some kids were just like, oh my God, like this school.
Time to be away from mom and dad.
Yeah, like oh my God, freedom. And I'm gonna be in this different state and I'm doing this.
Not realizing like it's 4 years. Like it's gonna be the best 4 years of your life, but it also means something. You gotta make it.
Yeah.
You gotta make it happen.
People are miserable.
Yeah. So with that, like, if we have any people in high school, do y'all have like any like word of advice for them?
Oh, definitely.
Like, give like your top advice, like each.
Okay. If you go, I know we have like a demographic for valleys. So if you go to IDEA, do not trust your counselor.
Okay.
Talk to like a teacher that you trust or somebody. Like I think it's a general conclusion. Like talk to a teacher you trust about college. Like if you don't think you're close to a teacher, if you're close to any staff member or like any family, guardian, parent, anybody, like talk to them before college. Like make sure they have some background about it or something. But talk to them. But them got idea is dicey. But yeah, it's not talking to them. They're crazy. But no, I would say just that. Would you? I don't know. GPA's kind of important, I guess.
Your high school GPA is always
Oh,
important.
it's always
Just don't let
important.
it. I mean, if
Free, right? Or
yeah, just don't let
Like
it.
3.25.
just don't be like.
Just don't get that what's it called, senioritis, right? Like you go senior year, like just drop everything.
Freshman year is what counts.
Yeah.
Freshman year sets you up for everything.
Yeah.
Same
It
thing
adds
with
like a
college.
cushion to your
Same thing with
GPA.
college.
I'll say that.
Do not. Like we're already past first semester, so if you messed up, you messed up.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
Do not, even in college, don't do that.
Okay, so yeah, so here's the thing, right? Like it's gonna be okay if you fail a quiz, an exam, or a class, in the most extreme case,
Drop
right?
before you fail.
It's
Drop
not.
before you fail.
It's not the end of the world because, well, depending on your college, right? Sometimes they offer like you'll take the class again, and that grade, well, if you end up passing it, right, it'll end up replacing your failed grade, right? And it won't affect your GPA, right? If you pass. Yeah,
That's crazy.
I think they
No,
do.
you want to know something? I found out the other week. So I guess, and I don't think I'm like jealous or anything right now. But I just think it only makes sense. But I guess our old high school they had a senior breakfast. Did they have that for you?
You keep moving around.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Because I'm trying to get like. Did they have a senior? Did they ever have a senior breakfast for your school?
Dude, they didn't even have senior year.
Well, we had like a senior breakfast. All the seniors together. We just ate breakfast, and that was kind of it. It was just like well, actually, we had a drive-by for us. So like, we had to go to our car.
Hey,
Okay.
We had to like.
you got a parade.
The food, and like our parents wrote letters. We got like a shirt.
Well, yeah, but it was also because of COVID too.
Yeah. But like I guess our high school had like a senior breakfast food, and I had it in a little place or whatever. And I find out. Do you know anybody?
Who?
Do you know anybody?
Talking about
They
like
invited-
music artists.
So the senior breakfast they invited former.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Senior breakfast.
Uh-huh. No,
I
but
I'm not gonna say the name.
but I feel like I know.
They were like who went. So like they were like you know they didn't they don't they're not getting the college experience as they
Yeah.
should. So all they're gonna go back and say is and they were like teachers' pets or counselor pets.
Yeah.
So that's why they were the ones who chose to go back. and I'm not saying I'm mad or anything, but it just doesn't make sense to invite those people because they're bums, you know? Like they're not actually going through college and things like that.
Yeah.
Like how you should be.
Yeah.
Or like what people put out like college to be, you know?
Yeah.
So so they had those people go back, and they were just like, I don't know, I guess they like to talk or something like that, like oh college is this and that. But it upsets me a little bit because like I wish those students could get like a real taste of college, like a real advice. Like, you know, have me and David sit
Yeah.
there, have like Sean sit there, or you have like I know you, but like if you went to high school, like have you sit
Yeah.
there because we've been through that actual college life.
We've been through some adult. We had to grow up.
These other people, they're bums. They sat in their or they like went to one party,
Okay.
or they just went out, or like they're in a city and they go out of the city and all of a sudden they claim the college life.
Yeah.
Like no, like you're a bum. Like I just wish the kid could have heard and saw something real instead of heard and seeing something fake, like something that was kind of just put on him.
Yeah.
So when I heard about it, I was like it kind of sucks. Like I feel bad for them because they're not getting that real like the reality. Like
Yeah. Like the legit reality. Yeah.
like you gotta have your mind. You gotta have, and it kind of sucks because our old school like idea, their whole thing is kind of just like painting a picture stuff.
Yeah.
Like just going around with it. So
Well, for a lot of people, they just don't grow. They're not gonna grow up. Sorry about that.
Okay, yeah, no. So with that said, like two things, right? One, it's like when you come to college, wherever you go, and well, I don't know if this would apply like for the people that go to like their hometowns, right? But don't hold on to your high school experience, right?
No.
Because when you go to college, you're a completely different person. Nobody cares that you did varsity, right? You can't be like, oh yeah, man, remember I threw that touchdown or had that pick six, like nobody's gonna care. Like there's no popular kids, there's no this. There's gonna be stereotypes, right? Like, oh, you have like the sweaty nerds. You're gonna have like the, I don't know, like the athletes, right? But there's no
Jazzy
like,
Brads.
yeah, you're not gonna have like, oh yeah, like he's the most popular guy at Tech, like right, like
unless you're like Patrick Mahomes when you
Yeah, I was gonna say, unless you're Mahomes.
no, you don't get any. Even with the athlete, like when an athlete goes out, nobody really knows it. Like I know a couple football players, so when they're out, I'll say what's up because they're my friends. But when you're an athlete and you go out, people really not know you at all.
Yeah.
Like,
Right.
they do not know you.
but it's like you might get like recognition,
Yeah,
right? Like
like
let's say like you're an influencer, right? Like you might, okay, right? But everybody, when you come to college, it's just like an instant like maturity that you don't really have in high school, right? Like,
Pretty much, yeah.
Like, literally, when you get here, nobody,
especially as a freshman.
especially like, when you get here, your group of friends is the popular group because you guys, like you're always around each other, your energy, like so your group, is the popular group, really think because nobody else is really looking at you to say, ew, like I don't like or this.
It's got a point.
Literally,
Yeah.
Okay, so like yeah, like the other part was, what is the college experience? Because now here's the thing with the senior breakfast, right? You get like a little bit. So what I feel, I don't know who they got, nor do I care. But no, I actually don't. You can tell me after, right?
They're listening to it right now,
you
and
should-
they're like, we all know who went.
Yeah, we don't know. I don't know.
No.
But like when you do that, you should
Hopefully
get
you
a
talking loud
perfect.
doesn't
You
spike
should
his
get.
mic. But hopefully him talking loud isn't spiking mics out here.
Yeah, we hope not. You can have our technician check that out. But what you should do if you ever do that, right? You should get somebody from like a small college, a medium college, like a large college, you know, state,
all
local,
diversity,
right?
yeah.
So the thing with like a college experience, what constitutes college experience? Like, if you go to like, let's say Tech,
Wait, let me tell you.
so like, is it?
Right now?
Let me tell you who it was.
Right
No,
now?
don't pause it.
Cut both. Cut both. Cut both.
And we creating drama out here. All right, so while they're talking, I can just say, uh, I guess it depends. If you're going to college and you're thinking about it, and it's whatever first thing comes to your mind. Whenever it comes to your mind, if you want to go to a big college, like that is all you want to do is get out of a small town, go to a huge college, do it. That's what I wanted to do. I'm the only one from my graduating class coming to Tech. I knew nobody coming up here. I knew. All right, take that back. I know one person that was up here, but he's graduating soon, right? So like I didn't expect, like I'm not gonna see him my 4 years of college, and then come to figure out another kid I played football with this year. So it was one of those, like, it's surprising to figure out who's here, but no, my graduating class, I'm the only one that went to Tech. Yeah, and I think a few other people. I think majority was A&M. Let's be honest, but
Okay.
yeah, yeah. So I'm the farthest one away, and everybody's saying is, oh, I don't want to be far from home. I want to get away from home, and it's my thing. And it's not nothing against my parents. I absolutely love my parents. I just the whole Crosby hometown vibe is not. I'm done with it. Basically, here's the sad part. Crosby goes off last names. If your last name has been there for a while, people are getting mad if they're ever going to listen to this. Uh, if he goes off last names, you're like king. You're king in the high school. You're king around town. It's that's the sad part. And so it's just one of those. I wanted to get out of the small town. Because that's the most toxic thing. That's the best thing about coming to a big college is nobody cares.
Nobody knows you.
Nobody knows who you are. You can reinvent yourself. You could be a completely different person. Back home, I wore I was like a cowboy boots, every day, jeans, all that crap. I haven't touched any of that coming up here. So it's just you become a different person. You adapt to the new climate. And if you want to go to a big college and that's the first thing that comes to your head, I'd say go to it. But if you're not social like that and you want a small college, then go to the small one. You shouldn't feel like you're torn between.
Even if you want to live at college and go to a small one.
So it's still gonna be a new experience, like just
Yeah,
new start. But yeah,
Like even people, like I know we used to make fun of like STC and TRGV and that, but like when you grow up, you realize like these are those like only options, best options, final options, secondary options. So like it's not bad schools. Like no school is a bad school. No secondary school is a bad school. It's really not. But it's just where you
and how much money you want to spend?
how much money you
yeah,
pay.
Exactly. So it's just one of those. If you're going to go to a huge university and you're going to get something that's not going to give you the payout, then that's one of those that also comes into play. So it's just
yeah.
just a goofy thing all
We
around.
just
When
go
it's very
back
simple.
to like, you know what you want. Now, do you know what you're getting into? And if you know and you're okay with that, right? Then go ahead. That's your choice. But yeah, no, really, the college experience is, the stereotypical
It's what you make it.
go to parties, like you have all these friends going out every weekend, just sliding by, right? And I feel like if you do that, right, like obviously we can find balance, right? We can all go out Friday nights, Thursday nights, how they do it here, right? But it all comes down to balance, because at the end of the day, when you graduate college and you're not ready, right? You don't have your LinkedIn built. You don't have you haven't gone to job fairs. You slacked on your degree, right? You still got your degree, right? But do you know what you got? Do you know what you're doing? Like life is just gonna be a big slap in your face. Like, are you ready for a job interview? He's like, oh yeah, I'm qualified, right? I got my degree. But do you have the connections? Do you have the networking? Do you have the skills? Like,
Yeah, and those are some of the biggest things, and
it's all about
yeah,
balance.
that's what's coming, and that's the biggest thing is balance. That Nelly says that balance with everything. Like usually I'm in bed by like 10 o'clock back at home. You know what I mean? It's just one of those just going to class, going to the gym, finding time to spend time with your friends. Like going on dates, talking to girls. Like it's just everything has balance. Talking to guys, if you're a girl out there, it's just you gotta find balance, and you also can't overthink things. You can't be stressed out of your mind. You gotta let loose. You gotta open up. You gotta be acceptable to new ideas as well. So it's just one of those. But
Because I think some people are to the whole like, oh my God, I'm gonna go to college and I'm gonna party or oh my God, I'm coming to Texas Tech and go party every day.
Oh
Like,
yeah, no.
like you gotta get that out of your head real quick, or even just college in general. You're not gonna if you want to go to party every day, go, but don't be upset when you're failing and when you're having to drop classes, when you're having to do all
Because
that.
you can't keep up.
Or people don't want to be around you.
Huh?
I said, or if people don't want to be around you, you'd be surprised how many people like shut out people if that's like their whole personality.
Yeah.
If you make one
Oh
thing
yeah.
about yourself your
And
personality,
speaking from personal, it's like all the people that are just going out a lot and things like that. It's not even fun anymore. Because once you have so much work and things like that, you can't even have fun because you're just thinking
yeah, you're just thinking about your responsibilities. It's a grown up world now. It's one
it
of those.
is. But like, don't get us wrong. Go have fun. Go do all those things. Don't.
Find some balance.
Oh, you cut off a little bit. Yeah.
No, I think
Don't
he's,
go with it.
Okay, there you go. There you go.
I think he's good.
So college experiences can be different. Like people can just not do anything and have fun, but people go out during the week, weekends, and have fun. Either work.
You can literally just have a balanced life and it'd be normal.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just have like whatever you. Make sure you're not doing too much. Crazy out.
I'm saying now that the college topic's over, so you ready for Max Week next week? You ready to be lifting weight?
I am.
You ready?
Yeah. So is it just gonna be us three, or like we're gonna have like?
Well, what time are you trying to go?
I'm going. You guys know my schedule.
Honestly,
My schedule's whacked.
Oh,
I'm starting
because-
to think like every day after 4.
Bro, but that's what I have. That's why I don't like it.
It is one
Because
good tight.
literally Tuesdays, Thursdays, stacked until 4 p.m.
Hey, but the only important days that we're gonna get this week is Monday, Thursday, and you can choose to do chest on Tuesday or
Why
Friday.
don't we go at like 7? Every morning.
Because
Because Max
actually
Week, Max
Tuesday,
Week, we need
Tuesday's a UT game.
exactly.
So we gotta
Friday.
go like for sure. Like I'm out of class like at 4.
gotta go
Even if I get early, like go straight to the gym, go there, come back. I don't know what we're gonna eat, but it's just gonna be showered because we gotta be in line by like. Actually, we gotta be there by like 5.
At 5.
Okay,
Oh
but
yeah, no.
At 5. At
yeah, at
5.
5. No,
Well,
that doesn't work.
actually, would you be okay with
Tuesday wouldn't be our max day for chest. It'd be on Friday.
no Tuesdays? Right? Yeah.
Tuesday's chest.
Tuesday's
so
chest.
our max would be Friday then. We just
So
pick
what
up
are we doing on Monday?
Monday squat.
Monday squats.
But I cannot go with y'all. That's the thing.
Why?
My thing is like it's the first of the month, so it's max week. We're hitting everything. Good sleep. Boys gotta get good sleep, and you gotta load up on some sodium before we work out. Like we're gonna make it clean. We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it good. And we're gonna see what's up.
Because y'all go during the day. Go during.
Why?
Because y'all go at like 12.
No,
No, we're going
I have to wait.
Even at 4. I don't want
My class is done at 12. See, that's another thing. Pick your schedule. Like depending on who you are, I'm a person that likes to be busy because then everybody else is busy. I decided to have all my classes done this semester before 12. Worst decision of my life because I find myself having nothing to do for 6 hours during the day because everybody else has class.
Mine isn't horrible because, like, I wake up at 7, go to the gym, come back, maybe eat breakfast, go to class, shower, go to my next class.
He's just going to classes. I know, yeah.
Or like 3 classes, but I'm done by 3. Start at 10.
I know, but the majority of your day is taken up doing something. Mine, I wake up at 6:30, 8 a.m., then I got a 10 a.m., then I got a 11 a.m., and then it's all done before 12. All like 4, my most packed day is 4 classes, and it's all done before 12. And that's every day. Every day I'm done before 12. Wackest thing ever. Because then you have nothing to do. Because I can't take a nap in the middle of the day. And then when they get done and I need spotters and stuff like that, then we go to the rec. So I'm just trying to find my stuff to do. You looking for jobs out here?
Okay, so here's the thing actually with schedules, right? So I don't know about y'all, but do you think like do you guys pick your class by the professor? Previous bad experiences compared to like with other experiences, I can definitely say personally that it's like, yeah, I do trust going by the professor. I
Like
trust it.
I survived Cal 1 with a solid
Oh,
100,
you
and
were
I
even though
mean,
my professor was
surviving.
rated
I really,
1.5,
I think especially since we're freshmen, just go off
go off your
what
time.
works for you, because if you're stuck, you can have the best English professor, but if you're stuck at English
At like
at
At
5
English
8
o'clock
on
at
a.m.,
night,
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, no, like it doesn't matter who your
right?
professor, it's gonna
unless you're a
suck.
morning person. But
Okay,
like
so
I think
here's the other thing. So we're talking about like English, and we're taking like a STEM based course like calculus, right? So like you think that like weighs in too? Because like you got to remember like English, like oh yeah, it's writing, like you have all these things, but then as soon as you throw in like calculus, like something harder per se, right? That it's like actually like what a lot of people say challenging. Like I'm actually struggling. Like you always hear it like people staying up at like 12 in the morning. Like I don't understand
you're
this.
gonna do that for everything.
Oh
You're
yeah,
gonna do that for
but
everything.
like, do you think that like also weighs in on like the
I'd say it
quality
weighs
of the
in. So
professor?
when you're a freshman, you get bottom of the barrel picking classes.
Oh yeah, you get last
It
pick.
does not matter. You can research all the professor you want. They're gonna be taken. It's done. You're gonna go just go by times. Let's be honest. Just go by times and get through it. Your first year of high school, you're not or college, sorry. You're not gonna you're not gonna be taking like physics two or high math for
You're
engineers.
gonna be taking
That's what
basic.
I'm saying. So when you go into your sophomore or junior year, you get higher priority of picking classes. That's when you can worry about that stuff more. But when you're a freshman and there's extra 20,000 kids trying to pick classes at the same time, just go by times. Go by times. Especially y'all education majors out there. Just go by times.
All right.
We have a
Could be
lot.
me.
Anyways, moving
Could be
on.
me.
Yeah, real quick.
All right, so what's like 90% of the
All right.
majors here?
I'm actually
Yeah,
gonna take a
actually,
little
we
quick
have a.
restroom break, real quick.
My boy.
I've been drinking more water than you, and you.
I was about to say, dude, I'm about to finish this whole bottle and I filled it with water.
We have a couple.
Oh, we got a comments? What are the comments supposed to be like?
Said Ong Vor Red
Let me look.
Vor
Let me look.
Ong. Somebody, David,
Dude,
give me a.
I was gonna say David turned into
David got some. David thinks he's a hype beast.
he's a hype beast.
He got a pair of Yeezys for Christmas, so he's spending his money on shoes. So he bought some
He's a hype beast.
2021 UNC Dunks
What the hell does this boy got? There's
size.
some Yeezys, bro.
He got Yeezy, so he thinks he's a hype beast. He bought.
He's full on hype beast. Hey man, he used to be last semester. We're not. He used to talk about computers 24/7.
Yeah, last semester he was.
Now he's spending money on shoes every 5 seconds. Money I wish I had.
Hey,
Happens to the best of us. It could be something worse. Could be something worse.
how do you feel about relationships?
How do I feel about relationships?
Because I know you had.
Last semester, oh, there's a solid two people watching. Applesauce to this guy. You know my couch is kind of wide. Good one. Good one. Hope that movement didn't just mess up the mic. Oh, these sucks. Oh, man, what are we going here? I don't know what "vor on God" means. David, show us your new shoes. Bro knocked on the door asking us if he wanted to go out with him to the store. So it's Danny.
Because he probably wanted to just walk to the store just for anything, just to show. Because last time he went and knocked on their door, Danny said at like 12 in the morning,
Yeah.
and he was like, "Bro, do you want to come take pictures with me?"
Oh yeah. No. Where was I at? He was sending me. It was like 32. Excuse me. It was like 32 degrees outside.
Yeah.
It was 1 a.m. Where was I?
Yeah. It was like a.
Oh, I know where I was on Friday. I know where I was. But like, I'm sitting there, and my phone kept blowing up, and it's David, and he's, "Whoa, look at the Yeezys." I'm like, dude, it's 31 degrees outside. Go home and go to bed. Where was he? I think he was out by the stadium. No, that's right. And he was like sending me He was sending me pictures. I was like, dude, get out. I was like, get out. Like 29 degrees outside. You skateboarded all the way there and changed clothes. I was like, okay. Huh?
David took his roommate, Sean's roommate, Danny. Shout out Danny.
Danny went all the way over? Don't show the mic. People are gonna. This dude. No, he's turned into full on hype beast mode. Oh, dude, it's buffering. Oh no, did we mess something up? Oh, there we go. Welcome back to the homeboy streamed in.
Yeah, shout out Danny. Danny, cool.
Danny is cool.
Yeah, no, we're gonna bring Danny on the podcast. Yeah, so we're gonna try to do guests. We're gonna try to do guests every week. Make it different. Your whole relationship. What do we think?
I think it depends. I think it depends. Sometimes it could be a waste of time. Let's be honest. Let's be honest. There's a few majors here on campus that if you mess with it, might as well not mess with it.
Yeah.
I don't know if we want to. It's whatever, but I'm always open-minded. I find somebody. Turns out every person that seems to be nice to me seems to be the somebody in my day. So it's one of those. If you're nice to me, I might catch feelings. Who knows? It might be one of those. I might go on a date with you. I might have my feelings hurt afterwards whenever I don't get text back. But that's just how it is. And then I don't know. I feel like it's one of those weird topics that you can't really say you're certain about. But yeah, because sometimes let's be honest, some girls out here think they do no wrong. Let's be honest.
Think they what?
That they don't do anything wrong. Like that. Like you took me on multiple dates, and I'm just gonna ghost them, or I'm like just not gonna talk to them, and it's like, oh, it was just this little thing. It's just like, nah, like us guys can't be doing all that. Us guys, nah, dude.
Because especially when you show your feelings.
Yeah, bro.
What made you like why? Like it makes things so different.
It really does. Nah, and yeah, especially me, man. Especially me. Like that. Like whenever you have a good date and you think everything went great and you had a good time and like you actually, cause like I don't know, it's weird. Like when you actually like catch feelings or you feel like it can go somewhere, I should say. And then out of the blue, like it just seems to vanish. Like it's like what? Like what happened? Like I don't know. It's just such a goofy scenario. Like this past week, your boy was feeling like he was back in high school, feeling mad goofy. Hated it. I feel like that's everybody here. I feel like it's every like dude that isn't just trying to like screw around and stuff. I feel like it's every like genuine guy. You put us out there like that. For me, I guess it's just you feel vulnerable when you're like that. So then you just feel goofy afterwards, or you feel played. Yeah, well, honestly, like I was hurt like all last week. Like, over some.
It just doesn't make sense.
Yeah, no, it don't. Just check their majors. You gotta check their majors.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we actually have a comment from Instagram that says, "How do you talk / approach girls at the gym?"
We have a comment.
Yeah.
All right. How do you talk / comment to girls?
At the gym. Specifically at the gym.
I feel like the gym, that's very risky. That's very
hit or miss.
It is hit or miss.
It's majority a miss.
I just look at it as very weird because it's like you both are there for the same. Like okay, maybe if she's ending her workout, walking out, maybe.
Just don't be weird about it.
Even during the workout, something like that.
All right, look. Here's the best thing. If you don't know this girl and you just want to talk to them, we're gonna assume it's a girl or a guy. And you just want to talk to them, say they're working in by themselves. You can go up and be like, hey, can I work in a set with you? Right? You can that could be the first icebreaker and work in a set. Doesn't mean you need to critique them and everything. Doesn't mean you need to like do all that. Put office. But maybe ask to work in a set.
Yeah, if you heavy
critique
when she's working out, you're weird.
You're a bum, bro.
You're a bum.
You need to get out of here.
Not, like if her form is completely messed up, nicely invite yourself to fix it.
We're talking
hey,
like cat back deadlift,
Yeah, we're
like
talking about like
spine
hey,
popping out,
maybe you can like put your feet.
and that will be legit out of like
yes.
safety concern.
Yes.
Like,
not
please.
not like, well, why is your foot is 2 centimeters off the
Yeah,
ground?
like if you're like,
Why don't you put it in? Like, no, like
and the only reason we say this is because we've been through some experiences. Like,
we just had to deal with.
oh yeah, no, yeah, no, just you can, and that's a good way to have conversation. And then while y'all are like resting or something like that in between sets, you can like chat it up.
You
Don't
hop
don't
in.
hold her up. Yeah, like don't hold her up. That's one thing. Don't make it longer than it has to be. Have a good time. Maybe get a snap after. That's about as much as you do. Don't be a creep, and don't like be watching her every once in a while and then go up and go, hey, I thought you were cute, and give you a snap. 'Cause half the time that doesn't work. I mean, for some dudes it does.
I mean, because most of the time when girls go to the gym, especially like when it's full of guys, like during the day, they feel very nervous.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Girls feel nervous because all of us, like, we know what we're doing. Like, girls know what they're
And we're
doing.
judging them.
Yes, they just feel.
Yeah.
So that you going up and asking for a snap or hitting on her makes it 1,000 times not worse, but just a little bit awkward. But just do not do that.
Yeah. Well, in talking to some friends that I know that are girls, they're like, for for them, it's one of those like it's already nerve wracking to be there because they think everybody's judging, and then two, it's just one of those. They also want to feel approachable. Like, so here's the thing. Here's the tip for any guys out there that I've talked to. Girls say that if you're at the gym and you want a girl, like a confident girl, to come talk to you, which let's be honest is very slim, very slim. They say you got to look approachable. Half the time, dudes are in there, they're blasting whatever. I'm blasting my heavy metal music out here, and I don't look like the most enjoyable person to be around, like because I'm lifting weight. But it's one of those you got to look approachable, and you can't look like you're gonna murder somebody if they interrupt your set. You can't. You also can't look like a Vlad, Chad, and Brad. You could be on there, dude. Let's get this set. Like, let's smack this shit out. Like most of these girls don't like that. It's like frat energy.
Well, then at that point, I feel like that's like no one's approachable. Like, you're wearing a stringer, you have a cap on, you're bumping like your headphone music, you're like slamming weights and everything. So like,
Yeah, you're lucky. You shouldn't be thinking of girls. You got a stringer. You got a stringer on. You don't look like The Rock. Not
on God, dude.
not approach a girl.
If you got a stringer on and you're like still kind of like of a bigger dude, like it's just one of those like you look like the average dad or something out there. Just stop. Like we're not trying to discourage nobody. This is I used to be almost 200-pound lineman, and I cut down and started getting into bodybuilding and stuff like that. So it's one of those I was there, but it's one of those you gotta set yourself up to not look stupid. Let's be honest. Like you wouldn't find me when my 300-pound days walking into the gym with no shirt and like banging like I was strong as hell, but you're not gonna see me throwing 315 on bench press with my shirt off because nobody wants to see that.
okay.
Because then you look like that, dude.
All right. So the thing with that is, do you feel that there's like a certain, because now we're talking about like stereotypes and like body types.
Yes.
Because I would tell you like, where would you want, right? Like, I don't care if you show up in a stringer, like if you're like scrawny. Because I remember when I was like 110, 115 pounds, right? And I would like wear like like those basic Gymshark, right? But I just felt confident. Like it made me
No,
feel
confidence is
confident.
key.
I had my
Confidence is key.
headphones in. I was just chill, right? I came in there. I put in my work, and I did my work. I did my workout,
Exactly.
and I walked out. But it's like, dude, you're 115. Why are you wearing a tank?
No.
Why are you
No.
wearing a tank?
The only
I feel like
reason
it comes down is when you're like ego.
is when your
Like
ego.
that's
Literally.
what I feel like
Yes,
you're trying to
that's
say.
what I'm
The
saying.
ego.
That's I left that out. If your ego is through the roof and you're like making people actually look at you the whole time while you're in there, then that's what it's kind of that's whatever we're talking about. Like you can go in with a stringer and stuff like that. Like that's fine. But it's when your ego doesn't match, or what is when you're all bark but no bite. That's whenever people start to have a problem or look down on you. Yeah, it's the ego scenario.
You can wear stringers. You can do whatever you want. You can go in.
Hey.
But if you're on that rack, you're on that floor, the wooden floor, what are they called?
The
The
mats, like
mats,
the power mats. Yeah.
platforms.
You're on those power mats. You're not doing more than two plates, two plates. If you're not doing more than a plate on anything, don't throw your weight down. Do not go back full force. Don't do
Don't
that.
be screaming.
Do not scream.
So here's that thing with that too. Like,
Don't be
what if you
pussy.
have, let's say, someone that's like 85 pounds, right? They're young and they just hit a 95 bench PR. Like, what would you say then? Like, what if they just barely got that up and like rack it back? You know, you see
Here's
where
the biggest thing.
see where it comes
The
in.
only reason you're recording, so like we record our maxes just to, and make sure our form is correct. That's what we record for, right?
Do you really? Do you?
I don't
Me
record
and
them.
you,
I don't like to record them. Just I think it's weird.
it's
Or
weird.
it's
It's weird, but me and
I feel we feel that it's weird, but it's somehow accepted, right? Because like everybody, you know, like they have these motivational videos, all of this, right? But at the same time, you're checking your form, you're showing your progression, almost like, oh, why do we take photos then, right?
it's one of those. Yes, it's one of those. The biggest thing, check your form. Two, you don't. It's a weird rabbit hole. It all goes down to how your ego is and how you set yourself up for it. That's the
I'll
biggest
take pictures. Like I'll send pictures. Maybe after you get a nice leg pump or something, like where you look,
Yeah.
I'll send pictures like that. I won't
No, yeah, no, it took me a long time to get into that social media crap. But it's one of those things. It's like I don't want to be viewed as a douche. Like I don't want to be viewed as a douche. I want to. There's dudes I meet at the gym that I had class with, and they're like, "Oh man, I didn't know you look like that, man. You keep it humble. You always wear like the longer t-shirts, like the baggy hoodies and stuff." I was like, "Yeah, man, it's because I want you to talk to me. I want you to actually have a conversation with me without immediately
Oh
assuming
no,
I'm
yeah.
gonna, bro, like hit you with this, like this stereotype." But it's one of those. It's I mean, if we bring up the TTU chicks thing, half the people that talk to me now think I'm like a raging douche, and I'm like, no. I was like, I don't know how they got that. It was only up there for 5 minutes, if that.
It's still up there.
No, 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 oh, no, no, no. It's still on TTU chicks. I'm gonna leave it there because it's funny. But like my Zoom profile, if you don't know the story, I was changing my Zoom profile photos with some other dude.
Tell
Yeah,
the
it was pretty
story.
funny.
Basically, we were. Who was it? David.
Oh no, I'll tell the story, right?
Yeah,
So
David
I'm
got it.
literally so we have this account, right, or the social life here at the university, right? Has this account called Texas Tech Chicks, and you know, I'm just on Instagram. I follow them, and I just refresh my page, and the first thing that pops out is a video of somebody recording their screen on a Zoom call, and it has Cade, Hoehner, and they're zooming into the profile pic, and the caption is the male urge to make sure everyone knows that you work out. And then I scroll to the second post because it's one of those like multiple, and it says
It's good old
it's on
Yik
Yik
Yak.
Yak,
It's on Yik Yak.
and he has a gym pic flexing in it as a Zoom cover photo. Here, let me see if the camera can see it. So yeah, let me see if I can get the audio.
Hey man, it could have been clear.
So immediately as I see that,
Hey,
I'm
1,600 likes though, but they could have added me. They could have added me.
so I literally see it.
1,600,
Yeah,
bro.
our boy's famous.
Getting up there. I only got like 20 because I added myself in the comments.
Hold on. We're just seeing how it looks like on the big screen.
We're making sure y'all can see it. I mean,
Yeah.
y'all can kind of see it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, so the best part about it was is there was people that were changing theirs and they were doing some weird stuff, and I'm just flipping through my camera roll. I'm with a friend that's in my class. So we're sitting there, and me and her are just talking, and I changed it to it real quick. And it was only up there for like 5 minutes, and I changed it back to my normal one, which is just a picture of my face. Next thing you know, I leave class. I'm meeting up with a friend to go get some coffee. My phone just starts going off the hook.
I messaged you before that.
Oh yeah, well yeah, no, he messaged me quick, but it was one of those. It was like as people were texting me, like, and I was thinking in my head, I was like, damn, she texted back. No, that was but Never. They never text me back, bro. They never text me back, bro. They never text me back. Never. Too nice. Yeah, no, you never. Uh, so he sends me a message of the second screen, and I only see the yik yak portion where it says he has his profile or his cover photo as the thing. And I was like, I literally sent him a message. I was like, hey, that sounds like me, right? And then in my head, I'm thinking, how did David know I changed my Zoom thing for 5 minutes? And then I clicked on the post and scrolled over, saw my name, and went like, no way. I went over everything started blowing up. Like, and my thing is, yeah, my phone was blowing up. Like, people were texting me like, you're on Texas Tech Chicks, right? I'm like, yeah. And everybody's like, oh, are you mad about it? Like, to be honest, no. Because, I mean, they're showing off all my hard work. I go to the gym every day. I don't know. It's just one of those, I'm taking it, it's very funny. It was hilarious. And it was one of those, there was a few people that were like, who let the middle schooler in the chat? And like, yeah, it's just, they're just goofing around. Yeah, they're just goofing around. But it's just one of those, but now people kind of look at me and they're like, oh man, you're not actually a douchebag. I'm like, no, but it's kind of the stereotype that's what's thrown into it. So that's funny. That's funny.
Oh, because I showed this guy, he's like, wait a minute.
Ain't no way.
Cade? Oh, he's like,
Ain't no way.
And then Danny texts me like 5 minutes later. He's like, bro, Katie's on Texas Tech Chicks. And he's like, they're making fun of him.
It started blowing up. No, everybody, to be honest with you, I don't even know if they were trying to make fun of me or not, but
well,
it is what it is.
It literally says on their bio, it's a chick's world, you're living in it. And then, like, the post literally has the male urge. Like, I don't think they were, like, targeting you or anything.
Hard work. But, no, yeah, no, it was funny. Yeah, so that was the beginning of the week. We're gonna see what happens next. I'm thinking next class I'm just gonna take my laptop to the gym and I'm gonna do a full workout while I'm doing it. You already know
that would be funny.
I'm just gonna end up doing a full workout in the middle of the
this man's just doing chest flies.
There's like 200 people in that class.
Flies.
Yeah, dude, I hit him with
flies. There you go. Get on that machine and start going at it.
It's on a Thursday. It's my deadlift day. Start slinging 405 with no reason.
Do some jumping Spider-Mans in there. Hopefully, it doesn't get kicked out of the rack.
Go crazy. Go crazy. Hey, if I got yelled at to put on my shirt, there's dudes that walk around and never know.
Clips.
Oh, clips. Oh,
the clip police.
John, when he told his head,
so we actually got.
Oh, because the other day I was at the rec, and this lady.
Oh, tell us your story about the shoes.
Okay, so the other day I was at the rec, our recreation. I squat without my shoes on because it feels better for me. I feel like I have a better form when I do it. And my shoes, when I squat on my shoes, even you used to point it out, like my heels would kind of come up.
Which isn't bad. If you want to work quads, it's not bad. But if you want to because we started turning into like power building. So for powerlifting and form and strength, you want it flat. That's why people lift in vans or lift. So that's why it's flat.
And I don't have like squat like vans, things like that. I've been just learning how to do it with my shoes. So I was squatting without my shoes, and this lady, the worker, she's like a student worker. She walking over to me, and she's like, I'm blasting music in my headphones, so I can't hear her, and I'm like looking straight. I'm looking down, like just down. I don't know how to explain it, but I'm looking down.
He's locked in.
I hear something. Yeah, I'm locked in. And I hear like something from the side. She's like, "Can you put on your shoes?" Like she was asking me to put on my shoes, and I took my headphone off, and I was just like, she was like, "Shoes, can you put them on?" And I was like, "Your shoes?" I was like, "Habla español?" She just looked at me. Her face got red, like super red. Mind you, she's like a white girl. She's a little white girl. And she just got super red, and she just starts pointing. She's like, shoes, on. I'm like, shoes. She's like, yes. And I got them, and I took them, and I was putting them on, and she's super red. She didn't even know what to say. But I think my face when I said it just made it all worse because I looked like I was genuinely lost. Like I didn't know what she said. So she walks away and she's like with some group of girls and she's like looking at me and she like points to me and I see her because I'm like facing the mirror. So I see her in the back with the girls and she's like pointing at me and I say out loud, I'm like, she probably thinks I'm dirty Mexican. And like
Oh.
the guys next to me hear me and they just look at me like did he just call himself that? And I see that they're looking at me. So I'm like, oh my god. So I put on my shoes. I hit my last rep. Like, I ended up going to the machine for the bag, but it was pretty funny when it happened.
So I feel like we should touch back to the main topic. Relationship advice in college.
I mean,
You're on a budget.
You are on
I'll
a
say
budget.
that.
Keep your money low. You can't try to ball like I did. You're gonna get your heart broke and you're gonna be out of money. Let's be honest. What?
how long have you been on?
Like an hour or something.
It says on the top, hour 7 minutes.
Oh, that's perfect.
Because
JRE be doing like 3 hours.
we'll hit hour 30. Another like 20 minutes.
We'll just see where it goes.
So here's the thing, because you're balling on a budget, right?
You need to
we're
ball
like-
on a budget. You need to ball on a budget.
Well, we don't know everybody's financial situation, right? But
For the most part, you're balling out of budget. Yeah.
You need to ball on a budget. Let's be honest.
Because it's like, okay, I gotta take care of myself first. We realize we have needs and wants because now we're in college, right? We need CVS, medicine.
Strong statement, needs and wants.
Yo,
Strong
We have
statement.
need-
you got me thinking. You got me back in my feels,
we
bro.
have needs and wants, right? Like
I got more
medical
wants than needs.
emergencies. We have all these, right? Food, whether we want to go out with friends, right? Ourselves. Then we have our wants too, like I want the new PlayStation. I want the new Xbox.
I want to be loved, bro. I'm just trying to be loved.
I want for any car guys. I want like a cold air intake, whatever.
We're
Right?
still
I want
covering
a
the
turbo.
wrong topic here.
All right. And then you want to introduce another person into your life, which they also have wants. So you got to take that into consideration too. Are you gonna have spontaneous gifts, Valentine's?
No.
Are you gonna have like all these stereotypical gifts, just like right here? And a lot of people say it's a thought that counts, but it's like at the same time, are they really satisfied? Should I be doing more? Should I actually be putting in like money into this?
I'll put it-
Now I need to get a job, right? Now is this gonna mess with my education? Am I like how busy am I with my schedule? What if there's events? all
Yeah, no,
all
yeah,
these
no.
things?
And I'm kind of like being
Say that again.
A devil's advocate?
you tell somebody to do something,
Oh, a hypocrite. Sorry. Yeah, you're a
Okay.
hypocrite. I didn't take it.
but in the simplest way I could say it, if they are not your girlfriend or boyfriend,
Do not spend money.
don't spend money on them.
Well, unless it is a date. If you ask them
If
on
it's
a
a
Okay.
date, if it is a date,
you ask them, hey,
if you have intentions with somebody, real intention, even if they're not there at the end, if you guys have some intentions, okay. But if they are not your girlfriend,
Do not be buying spontaneous gifts.
yeah, don't be gifting.
do not do that. You're gonna break the bank.
Well, it's not even that. And the biggest thing is maturity wise. It's not high school.
Yeah,
It's
this is
not high
not. There is 30,000 other girls out there, and I'm not gonna go on a date with each and every one of them.
Honestly, it's not high school. And here's the thing: everybody's got different schedules. I know back in the day, most of them high school relationships, you saw them every day. You want to see them every day. You got all this crap. You're probably not gonna see them all the time. That's one thing. It's one thing that's gonna suck. Like you pack your schedule, and you don't have free time until you do. Makes it special. Two, yeah, it's just one of those. If you don't break the bank unless you ask on a date, unless you ask them on a date, and that to cover your topics, that's a sacrifice you got to make. But that's only the sacrifice you do whenever y'all are like together. Whenever y'all are together, that's when you start worrying about like both y'all's needs. You're not taking on their need unless y'all are a thing. Like if you're just in the dating realm, dude, you're in the dating realm. Doesn't mean you can't be nice every once in a while, but it doesn't mean that you should be overthinking things. Because let's be honest, to most girls out here, and I'm gonna be straight with you. To most girls out here, you take them on one date, you ain't the only guy. You ain't the you ain't the
especially
only guy,
especially
especially in college, dude. That's something I've had to think about, bro. Like it's one of those like it's weird. I'm one of those like if I take you on a date, you're like the only one I'm taking out on a date. You know what I mean? Like it's you're the only one I'm taking out on a date for like a while.
yeah.
Because that's just how I am. It's one person. Because one that's too much to worry about. Because for somebody, I'm always scared feelings are involved. You don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. So it's just one of those. But girls, on the other hand, bro, you ain't the only one, and that's the sad reality of the truth. And most of them aren't innocent. Let's be honest. If you come into college thinking you're gonna find me an innocent person, it's not. It's not the fact. There's just gonna be a whole lot of growing up to do and figuring stuff out and realizing like
There's,
either click or you do. Don't.
there's a lot of accepting that you have to do.
There's a lot of yeah. There's a lot of. It's a reality check for everybody with everything. College is different. Girls are different. The same way with guys, like guys and girls. There's guys out here that are just raging douchebags, and you're like the eighth girl they've been with that night type deal. But it's also on the flip side. But it's just one of those. It's like, and here's some advice to any girls out there that happen to listen to this eventually. If you go on a date with a dude and you make it seem like there's gonna be something farther, and you decide there isn't, make it plainly obvious and tell them. Because most of these guys out here, myself included, are dumb and they like to think they're super pessimistic. I'm pessimistic, but I also like to have that little glimmer of hope. So just let it be straight with them. If it's gonna be one of those, it's like, hey, like I don't think this is gonna go anywhere. Let them know. Don't just let them make them feel goofy for for a week. But no, it's just one of those in like don't put yourself out there in a weird way. Like I'll say, like don't make yourself vulnerable for no reason.
Yep.
Uh, 'Cause you're just gonna end up getting your heart broke. You know?
So here's going back to what you said. In general, for general advice, you're gonna be stacked in college, right? Even with your
Okay.
friends. Even if
I
you
don't like that. Wait, I don't like that. The whole thing about college is gonna be so much work and blah 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 blah. Like, no, you're only as stacked as you make yourself.
True.
So at your whole week, you will literally have things that you can do. Like you can do
Yes,
your homework.
yes.
Like you'll have a class and have like an hour in between.
You can
Do
do homework.
homework. You'll get more done doing your homework in that hour than you will on the weekend in the 4 hours that you get. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly.
But you're only as busy as you
Because
only.
what else are you gonna do in that hour? That was our biggest thing last semester with this kid. We like I was stacked. I know, but you're figuring it out. But well, let's just put it this way: we were on the same page, and you got your stuff done in your pace. But it was one of those. I was stacked last semester. I had like zero free time, and if I did, it was on Saturday nights or Friday nights. I would make every hour I had free to do all my homework, do all my chores, and then make a plan to hang out with people and enjoy myself for a little bit. But I would always have my homework at least done for the next week. So like Saturday, say by Saturday, I'd be done with the next week's full homework. So I would have free time. There's the people that are gonna tell you, hit you with the excuse of, oh, I got homework, I got homework. Those are people that are,
Bummed that it either sit in their room, do nothing, watch TV all day, or they go out and don't do anything either. So it's like it's literally like you will get assignments and they'll all be due like 2 weeks. You get time, but you just don't. People who say
you have no
just
time.
do not. Going back, that's in going back to breakfast. Those people there are bums. They're, oh my god, school is so hard and blah blah blah. Like really,
No,
you're
it's
just
really not.
hey. You're just a bum.
You're just a bum. That's true. Oh, and guys, if they tell you they're busy 24/7, they're not into you. They're not into you.
Loki.
Low key. Like, yeah.
Sorry, I'm busy. Sorry, I'm out with my friends.
Low key. If they say they're busy and then they post and shit with their friends,
You see the story?
you need to quit. I need to take the L. Everybody needs to take the L.
See the story is like, is that Chitwood?
But is that the club? Oh,
that lit?
Is that lit?
Oh,
Is
dang.
that Kong?
I know that street.
I could have swore you told me. You
I
work
know
in
that bar.
I thought you were busy. I am. My friends.
I am busy.
Not with you. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's one of them. It's a hard reality check. And don't be afraid to get dating apps. That's another thing. Ain't no
Hey,
comment.
it's all fun and games until it pops up
It's
on
all
your
fun and
parents' contact. It's like your so and so is on Tinder. Download the app to get connected.
On a
It's
post.
like, oh, nice.
Not me. Could be me.
games.
Could be me. I'm innocent. No, but that's another thing. Not everybody's innocent. If you come here thinking you're gonna find yourself the perfect one that doesn't do anything, not
It's
everybody's
one in a
innocent.
million. But
One
it's
in a million.
like I said, like you
Make
said,
it
right?
be
It's a
technical.
reality check. You're gonna get a slap in the face,
You're
and
gonna have to make adjustments. You're gonna have to get over things. You're not gonna get your dream girl. You're not gonna get your dream guy. There's stuff that everybody can work on. There's stuff that, as long as you click with the person, like you don't have to have, like, I'm not even gonna go into my experiences, but y'all know that one, and like you click with, that's whenever those are the ones that are worth your time to pursue, unless they tell you like it's not gonna happen, and then you need to save yourself. But gym motivation goes crazy though. Goes crazy. Mad parched. Mad parched. Parched. What?
Yeah, but no, college is definitely different.
It's a good time. I enjoy
Yeah.
it.
We have what else?
It's also nothing really different than what I did back in high school because I was a very independent kid.
Yeah, it's a cool environment. I like this whole new podcast. Pretty cool. Oh, I guess we could like mention it now. Like we kind of want to do some like vlog type stuff. Maybe like a day in the life. Maybe like going to the gym or something. We can like we have some equipment that we want to
And
use.
David will record some mad like edits or some shit next week, max week.
hype
Yeah, but we
videos.
kind of just want to do like a day in the life. We want to just see how that goes. Just a little video. Or
Give
something.
you guys, because right now it's a podcast, right?
Yeah,
We
like
have,
right now
different
it's like
guests.
talking. Right now it's like talking about what's going on and
So
stuff
we,
like that.
we want to give you
But,
guys
like,
like an
we
insight,
would
you
like
know,
to show you guys.
and
feel like there's
especially like
probably
into
a
like
lot
the
of-
incoming freshmen.
Yeah,
There's not a lot
or
of
people in that
echoing
different.
from life.
Like it would
Oh,
be
yeah.
cool. We got like we got some for. We have some funny guests. Funny guests.
We don't have
No,
good
definitely
guests.
stay tuned in.
Interesting guests. We definitely have different type of people.
I
that-
just love The Office. I think The Office was.
yeah.
I think
Let
The
us
Office
know-
fits, man.
Let us know what y'all think.
I think it gives that chill dorm vibe where we're telling you how it is, having a good time. The
Yeah.
recording quality is better than the potato y'all had at the beginning.
Yep.
So yeah, man. Step up in the world.
But yeah, I don't know.
I'll be
Is that
back.
it? Oh well, Cade's gonna be probably behind the camera.
Well, I will be here every week.
Behind things like that.
That'd
He'll
be
probably
fun.
be on for another episode. Just we don't get anybody else. Maybe.
Yeah.
I know we will.
Yeah, we gotta be like that.
No,
Yeah.
definitely he'll be back. But we look to have different types of. You go to tech and you wanna be on.
Just let us know.
No,
We have
got
our
we're gonna have
we have
all
a
the-
Gmail for business inquiries.
we're gonna have all our links. But I think this is probably just gonna wrap it up. Then let us know what y'all think about the daily vlog idea. It won't be daily.
Not
It'll
daily,
be
like once a week at most,
Maybe
like
once
twice a
Takes off,
month.
once it takes off. Otherwise,
Twice
it's
a
an
month.
accident.
something like that. But yeah, that's it for our second podcast. I think it was way an upgrade from the first. But let us know what y'all think about that. Otherwise, I'm Israel.
I'm David,
That's Cade.
Okay.
the most aesthetic student at Texas Tech.
Follow me on my links. You'll see why.
Yep.